So, in today's video, we're going to be exploring generalized anxiety disorder and how do you know if you have it and how to differentiate it or how to separate it from your normal worry or normal anxiety. See, as per the DSM 5, generalized anxiety disorder is a constant state of worrying, right? Where you find yourself worrying or anxious on most days, and this persists for 6 months or longer, right? Now, generalized, it becomes a disorder when you find yourself worrying about something or the other, right? And your brain plays a trick on you that it will always give you a reason to worry about, even though that particular reason might not be that stressful or anxiety-inducing or may not be that serious to be worrying about. In normal worrying, the worrying is situational in nature, right? Let's say there is a stressful situation in your life. You find yourself worrying about it, and once the situation goes away, so does the worry, so does the worrying. But that's not the case with this anxiety disorder. And with anxiety disorder or generalized anxiety disorder, the worrying persists long after the situation has gone, right? It's almost as if your brain needs an excuse to worry about something or the other. It doesn't matter whether that reason is relevant or not, whether it's something to be worrying about or not. So that is how you differentiate that this is not normal kind of a worrying, this is generalized anxiety disorder. Now, given the generation that we live in, right, there are a lot of things that seem to be fueling generalized anxiety disorder. Number one is sleep disorders. Excess of excess stimulants, consumption of excess stimulants like caffeine. Sleep deprivation can actually worsen your anxiety. Second is this constant, state of or the world of uncertainty that we live in, right? Be it economic uncertainty, be it the job market, be it anything. And also, we often find ourselves being fed, news and information that induces a lot of fear in us, as if everything is destined to be doomed, right? So there are a lot of external forces at play that can make it worse, but you must remember this, that generalized anxiety disorder is a disorder that needs an excuse to be anxious about all the time. It just needs an excuse to be anxious, right? It doesn't matter what the excuse is, right? So you have to understand whether this is a normal form of worrying or this is something that your brain is doing to you. As far as the brain part of it is concerned, the fear center of the brain, which is called amygdala, right? When it starts to become overactive, when it's active all the time, it's in a hyperactive mode, that's when somebody develops generalized anxiety disorder. And it's almost as if the amygdala region of your brain is overactive, and the prefrontal cortex, which is the region associated with logical reasoning and rational thinking, etc., that takes a back seat, right? So this is what it is. Now, how do you manage generalized anxiety disorder? Something that is particularly known to be effective is the 478 breathing technique, right? Now, this actually works. You should try it. So what you do is you breathe, you inhale for 4 seconds, retain the breath for 7 seconds. You just hold the breath for 7 seconds and then exhale from your mouth for 8 seconds. Right, and continue the cycle. Now, this is a breathing technique that has been known to work to manage stress or anxiety, and especially it seems to work, really well in generalized anxiety disorder. Right, it helps you manage it very well. So I hope that, and there is another box breathing technique as well that I'll discuss in the later parts in this series. But this is something worth exploring, and also it never hurts to seek professional therapy from a trained psychotherapist, or a trained clinical psychologist. There is no shame, there is no stigma, there is no taboo associated with this anymore. Gone are those days where people had very they used to oversimplify mental conditions, and there was always a stigma associated with it. Because now the awareness is too much, right? There's nothing wrong with seeking professional help. Do it. If not for yourself, do it for the people around you. People around you can live a comfortable life if you uh, if you get back to being functional and normal, right? If you're not functional, everyone around you is affected. So if not for yourself, do it for the people around you or your loved ones.